Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king. And joining me through StreamYards, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage himself. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris? What's good, everybody listening?
Hey, it's just a duo episode today. Brian could not make it because he is working 9 to 5. So we're here. It's just me and Josh, the old duo, as like the old days. Very excited to talk about manga today. I did not even get up the my tier ranking list because I was so excited about today's episode. Let me share that right now. The tier list.
I'm going to talk about some more Ichi the Witch later.
All right, my tier list. So this is very fun. We have our tier list. I have caught up to one series in the time since our last episode, and that series was Hima 10. I'm finally current with that series, and I am cool with leaving it where it is. I think Hima 10 is right where it needs to be. I think it's a solid series, for what it is. I'm not like big into harem romance series, but I enjoy the premise of the series a lot, and I do like the characters. It's all right.
Brian was here.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a solid series. I'm wondering if I believe it's firmly in C tier as it stands. It's difficult.
One day we're gonna get to the bottom of your relationship with harem.
I don't have one.
We're gonna inspect and analyze.
I don't have one. I'm just like
this dynamic.
What dynamic do you guys think I have with harem? I mean, honestly, like
we're gonna discuss it more when Brian's back.
Whatever. You guys are painting a narrative that you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what narrative you're trying to spin right now. But yeah, that's where Hima 10 stays. I think it's a okay series. It's fine. Gonra and Egg is feels like it's like rushing towards a conclusion because they're like raiding the main villain's place right now. They did a 3-year time skip and now they're just like running to the.
They pulled up to the Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, which it is what it is, I guess, with this series. It's been.
I'm about to pull up the most recent chapter right now. I gotta see this shirt.
Yeah, no, the character has like the main character, Gonran, has like a new form that he got out of a 3-year time skip. It's not. Yeah, it's not looking good for the series. But I've been wrong before for years about Undead Unluck. So maybe it can.
Does the form look cool? Does the form look cool?
It looks fine. I think the egg looks. I
gotta look at this because I think I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think you're genuinely hating.
I'm not genuinely hating.
I mean, I may have been memeing before, but right now,
memeing and hating. We're just here memeing and hating. I don't know about that.
That's what we do here at New Jump City. All right, it's only chapter 16. There's another chapter coming in 4 days, bro. So
I know it's not canceled yet, but it's currently been riding the bottom of the Shonen Jump ranking list for a while now. But you know what? All of the series that came in with Gonron Egg are the bottom 3 series currently. So Mage Next Door is the next one. I somewhat enjoy Mage Next Door. I think it's a fun little series, but it's probably like a little generic. But I think it's nice and it's kind of funny, but it is second to last. It's not looking good. The one I'm really mourning is like Hero Girl and Demon Lord Call It Quits. I think it's a fun little series, and it's not looking good in the rankings as well. So here we go. The newer series are doing okay, it seems. Kanado's Magic is like floating around the middle. Under Doctor is in the top 10 pretty consistently. And Alien Headbutt is doing okay. It's only 3 chapters in, so it's almost like, not worth speculating about where it stands in the magazine. Those 3 series I enjoy a good amount. They might move up at some point. I think Underdoctor of the 3 is probably my favorite because it's of the 3 a little more unique. Kanado's Magic is following right after. I like the artwork for this series a whole lot. I think the story is fine. I'm hoping it has time to really develop and expand its world because I think the potential is there. An Alien Headbutt is very edgy in a fun way. So I think these 3 could move up at some point. It's still in a kind of probation period for me. Underdoctor might move up quicker than the other 2. But yeah, after that, New Age Exorcist, I've started reading my next batch of chapters because I think between this and me and Roboco, I'm pretty much caught up with everything else. So I'm only down 2 series. That's kind of crazy now that I think about it. But these are the 2 longest series in the magazine currently outside of, everybody in A rank here.
No movement?
No movement yet. I just started my next batch for New Age. Although that is also like a bit of a harem series as well, but it's mostly action. But yeah, I like New Age Exorcist okay. I think it's also kind of like very regular shonen fare. So far, I'm only 40 some odd chapters in. There's 200, I believe, chapters out right now. So, obviously there's a lot to learn about New Age Exorcist. Me and Roboco, I'm pretty sure it can fluctuate. I can see this moving up and down C rank depending on how funny it is. I do find it very charming and funny. I'm actually kind of surprised by how accessibly funny it is. So, good for me and Roboco.
They watch American Instagram reels.
Me and Roboco?
Yes.
Is that a gag you know of?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's just I'm just assuming.
No. No. But the next one is Witch Watch. Witch Watch is very good right now. I'm enjoying this arc that it's in right now. It's like a nice little like battle arc, which is very fun. There's like almost individual battles type shit. It's good shit.
What?
It's like individual one-on-ones almost happening.
No, which series?
Witch Watch. Very fun.
Oh.
It's staying where it is in C rank. I think overall the series is very like top C rank ish. But right now I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I have in previous weeks. So Witch Watch is good. It's staying where it is. Someone Hurts is going to remain topping my C rank. It's a cute little series. I just find it very charming, just very funny. Well, I don't know. I think like the humor is very like I guess punny, if anything. And if you like puns and stuff, this is a series for you because it is about a bunch of kids who call into a radio show and compete with each other to like come up with the best jokes. Yeah, it's a nice little, and it's like there's a little romance element between the 2 main characters. It's a nice little charming series. I love the artwork. Ichi the Witch has been very good. I enjoy the series a lot. I'm actually going to move Ichi the Witch just above Blue Box. So some movement.
Yeah.
This new arc has really like kind of like boosted me up a little bit. I like the story. I'm getting very warmed up to Ichi the Witch. It took me a little bit, but I'm locked in. That's nothing to say about Blue Box. I enjoy Blue Box. I have the feeling it's just kind of winding down, to be honest, in a good way. Like it's like coming to somewhat of an end. I don't know, and I'm not making a definitive statement about that. It just there's certain things that are happening that feels kind of definitive. So I could be wrong about that, obviously, and I wouldn't mind if I was because I enjoy Blue Box a lot. So yeah, that's where that stands. Shinobi Undercover stays where it is. It's a very good middling B rank. It's still early on in its run, only 70 chapters or so, if I remember right. 70 very good chapters though. I can see this moving to A rank at some point. As it gets a little like as it progresses and it gets a little older. I feel like in order to really boost up to A rank, you kind of have to be over 100 chapters. My exception being, I guess, Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. I guess I went a little crazy on that one, but but Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi is pretty close. It's like 80 something chapters, almost getting there. Jujutsu Kaisen.
You liked it a lot.
I
man.
still do.
I didn't think about that. A rank.
A rank is a little crazy.
I gotta check that out next. When I catch up on Mr. Magics, then I'm going to Exorcist.
I might have been a little crazy about this one. Moving it up so early. Not that Ultimate. I guess I was just like really psyched that it was somewhat unique. It's got a great like humorous core while still having like a very fun action system, like power system and all that stuff. A lot of really cool character designs, a lot of playing on like shonen tropes and, kind of like making them funny. There's a lot to love about Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. I don't know where it is in the rankings actually. Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi is 11th. It's been weirdly like fluctuating in the middle. Take with that
It's
what
not
you
bad.
will. But yeah, that's Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo is kind of staying at my B rank. We'll see where it goes. This new chapter, I don't know. We'll talk about it because we cover it on the show. Rui Dragon is staying where it is at B rank. Still fairly young series, and honestly, it takes a bunch of hiatuses. I think it's been off for the last 2 weeks or so. I think it's got 1 week to go before it returns. Very good series. I highly recommend Ruby Dragon. If it didn't have like that kind of issue of hiatuses, it probably could move up a bit, but I can see it. I can see it topping the B rank.
Relatable.
I enjoy it. I think the artwork is very charming. I think the story is very charming. It's a really fun series. Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi stays where it is. This is my bottom of A rank. I'm like kind of saying this is as a transitionary period, but I really enjoy it. As we just talked about, Sakamoto Days and Akane Banashi and Kag stay where they are. One Piece obviously tops my list at the moment. Yeah, that's my tier list. Any questions, Josh, that come to your mind?
No, just a statement.
Oh boy.
I miss Hunter x Hunter.
Man, I miss it too. To be honest, I could
It's
probably
better than all of this.
to be honest, if I can rank Ruby Dragon, I could probably rank Hunter x Hunter. But Hunter x Hunter goes crazy. It goes away for years.
No, that's not the same. It is
It
not the
goes
same. You're
away
not doing
for
that.
years.
You're not doing that.
Ruby Dragon takes like a couple weeks off at most.
If we put it on this tier list, we're gonna do them just like Manga Stream did them, and we're gonna name it Hiatus X Hiatus. That's what you got to do, bro.
Yeah.
If you're gonna add it to the list at all, but I don't think it's worth it. I think when it's back, it'll be right there next to One Piece.
Yeah.
And depending on how we're feeling, well, no, depending on you're feeling week to week, it might even,
Go beyond S.
maybe.
Where can it
I
go?
would say,
Where would it go?
I'm saying it might go past One Piece.
Well,
You know.
that's a tall mountain for it to climb. I hold One
If we're
Piece in
talking,
very high regard.
you know what? I guess that leads to a question. This is an overall tier list, isn't it? It's not really a week to week. Like if a series drops, it's because you feel like the series is generally like overall trending in a bad direction. Not that you don't care for the art.
I could see it being, I can't do it week to week. I think that'll be a little much because then things will be moving around all the time. I have to find a system to holistically rearrange rankings. Maybe like a quarterly like thing once I catch up to everything and I finally set a concrete tier list of every series running in Jump. I can set something of a schedule to see if anything moves up or down or things get canceled, new series added, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Right
Yo,
now,
let me
I'm
tell you
still figuring it out.
something. Oh, my bad. Go. I thought you was finishing.
No, I'm pretty much done.
So I started reading Gonron a little bit, like literally just to check out the cool design you mentioned like a few minutes ago.
I don't know.
And
My
like
shows.
he's literally explaining like this woman is explaining to I guess Gonron or whoever the kid is, I forget his name.
The kid's name is
He's like
Gonron.
yeah, he's like my little sister's in Gondola and like I can't just train with you for 3 years because the whole point of my story right now is to go save her. That's like the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just assuming that's like
that's the story.
Right. And she was like, "Oh no, like she's good. She's being protected by these like elite troopers, so it's cool."
It's okay.
He's
You
like,
could do it. We could do a time skip. She'll be safe.
And I was like, "Yeesh."
Dude, that's how I knew it was over because they said in the middle of the chapter, they were like, let's do a time skip. And I'm like, it's only been 14 chapters.
Chapter 14 says 3 years.
Okay,
I guess
so
she must have said that
in 13.
in the chapter before.
Yes.
In 13. I was like, no way. Please listen to me. I have a whole story to do. What are you talking about?
I've got to do stuff. I gotta have arcs and stuff. I'm like traveling. I'm doing a whole adventure story thing here where I go and I solve problems around this world and I world build.
I have this egg, you know.
I have this egg. This egg wants to be king of the demons. And, you know, I have to protect him, but he also gives me powers.
You think he's going to be cool with me just training for 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I didn't really finish looking at the chapter, but, oh, he's training.
No,
where's the Tom and Jerry cat, my nigga? You lied.
That's an Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi.
Shit. Shit.
And he's not in the most recent chapter. Did you?
I didn't want to keep swearing, so I had to mute myself.
Yeah. Well,
that was a hard L.
Hard L. A solid L. But yeah, that's my tier list. I don't know. Josh, have you been reading anything that you want to... You've been reading Ichi the Witch. How's that been going?
I've been reading Ichi the Witch. Yeah, it is very interesting. Like I mentioned last week, I don't have that much more to add. I made it up to chapter 20. You know, they're talking about how this kid is like the prodigious child and all of that. And I appreciate that they're being upfront about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not acting as if they're just a regular kid, you know, from the ground up, but actually you're from royalty and all of that.
Yeah.
So, but
they made it known.
It's chill.
They made it known.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, this kid's special. We're not playing this game where he like works hard and makes it, but seriously, he's been a nepo baby the whole time. It's fine.
Right. It made sense too because you know the series is like surrounded around like the catalyst is the main character Ichi, right? And he's a boy in a world where there's the only, like you've mentioned before, only girls have magic. This is like an old tale. This isn't like right now with cell phones and cars and shit.
Yeah,
this is like
it's a fantasy world, you know?
Fantasy world. Yeah, so I was cool for that. I'm cool. I'm cool for the fantasy worlds as long as they're like interested in you know, they stand out. But there's this like this magical beast that couldn't be killed by any of the witches, literally because his rule is that you can't be killed by women. All these magical creatures like have rules that you can't just kill them outright. You have to like meet a condition in order to obtain them. It's really fucking cool. It gives you that flavor of the week separate situation where they can literally, he could take his time. He could go arc by arc by arc, repeating it until he feels like, okay, now I want to like lock the fuck in and make shit progress. They introduced a big deal badass character, and you know the author wasn't afraid to have that nigga like really fight and also seem somewhat vulnerable, but his presence comes from his mystique. and what we don't really know about him, and that's cool, you know, because his power is really unpredictable, but also really overwhelming. You know, and the witches that fought him were arguably two of like 7 or 6 of the top witches. There's like a student council.
Yeah,
group,
I think like Discaris
whatever.
fought him, right?
Yeah, Discaris,
and she's like one of the
then,
strongest.
Yeah, right. And then the ice witch too.
Yeah,
Togi,
I think her name is.
Togais. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you really were supposed to pronounce it, but it's
Yeah,
very on the nose. It's like
me.
Togais. And her powers
I think
are
it
ice.
is. I think that's the whole point. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I really like Discaris as a character, too. I think she's, like, such a really, like, a very fun character.
I love how she's drawn.
Yeah.
I really like how she's drawn. She looks like really cute, but she's not, like, all cutesy and, like, you know, like a ditz or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like, she's girly, but she's very, like, forward and serious about the shit she does, but she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like her. She's cool. She's a good mentor character for Ichi. Bro, let me tell you something, man. The picture that they choose to put that represents each series, like on the app, actually matters, bro. And let me tell you this. This Ichi the Witch shit, they need to change this. This ain't it.
It's not doing it for you?
This ain't it.
Why?
It's not doing it for me. And if it wasn't for like both you and Mike giving the crazy, like, you know, recommendation, the crazy layup.
I can't believe you don't like it.
Huh?
I can't believe you don't like it.
That I don't like?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess I know what he's doing now. So it's like, he needs to get rid of that fucking hat, yo.
But that's part of his design.
Goofy hat. Goofy
that in his
hat.
in his magic form, he wears that hat.
Okay, so look straight in the camera.
Okay.
And tell me, I like it. It does not look goofy.
I like it. It does not look goofy. It's a cool element to his design. I like it.
All right, well, at least I can believe you now. I can believe you're not caping. I wonder what Mike would think.
Yeah, Mike, let us know what you think about Ichi's dumb hat.
Also, whoever else is, you know,
or anybody else
listening.
Yeah, and it's not exclusive to Mike.
Let us know how you
this
feel
isn't
about
a Mike.
Ichi the Witches.
This isn't a Mike only comment section. You can let us know what you feel. Boy. All right.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I suppose we should get into the show.
It's fun so far.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's get into the show proper.
Bloody Cross.
Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 249, Overclock. Last we left off, Lightning Man has been fighting against Shishiba and Osarugi. They are 2v1ing this, and he's doing lightning things all around. This chapter starts out with both of them attacking him, and he tries to strike Osarugi's with his electricity powers, but she blocks it with her buzzsaw, and she just flings it at him. And Lightning Guy is like, she absorbed the electricity with her circular saw. I gotta hit her actual body to inflict damage. And I'm like, Dodoy, man. He can't actually hit her with lightning. But Shishiba is right there, and he tries to make an attack. But Lightning Man blocks it. He sees an oncoming car, and he uses his hammer to like hitch a ride and use the car's momentum to punch the shit out of Lightning Guy, sending him flying through like a street sign and flings him up to a bigger street sign up top. So yeah, that's at this point. Lightning Guy's like, uh-oh, I've got to get serious. And he like sends himself flying towards Osarugi at like lightning speed and sends her flying through two buildings, knocking her back. And he explains that he can amp up his body by overclocking it with electricity. He's like, you're only a mere human. You can't exceed the speed of lightning. But Osarugi kicks the shit out of him unexpectedly, and the chapter ends with her just saying that she's not trying to exceed it. They're just gonna kill him, and that's where the chapter ends. Not much to say on my end. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Let me tell you something, bro. You know what this chapter for me was about, especially towards the end with him saying, I can amp my body up. You're only human. You can't exceed the speed of lightning. Yo, it just makes me think about when you see like the power scaling arguments like online, and there is like people have acronyms to explain certain things, right?
Oh, right.
There's one I've seen, MLTS, or basically it's like light speed or something like that, lightning. I'm trying to remember, but there's literal acronyms to say if a character hits a certain speed point, with that's light speed or the speed of lightning or the speed of sound, etc., or like if they're like continental level, planet level, you know what I mean, galaxy level.
Yeah, the different tiers of
right. So this guy's so he seems like one of those guys talking about power scaling, and Osarugi was just like, I don't care about none of that. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I don't care about your feet. You're gonna take this feet to the face.
I don't care what they said about you on Death Battle. I'm just gonna fucking kick you.
So none of that matters right now. The author's on my side.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I have the power of the pen.
Yeah, guess what? I just kicked you at light speed without overclocking because I'm like that. I mean, at lightning speed, whatever the speed this nigga's moving at. Because how did you not react with all that speed, bro?
Right?
Imagine next chapter, her foot's still there, and he's just like, like, oh, you think that was hurt?
That I can overclock my body with electricity so nothing hurts.
I don't feel anything. Why do you think I didn't dodge? Hey, watch. I know how to shit.
Actually, you didn't hit me. I just moved so fast that it only looks like you hit me.
You hit my after me.
Yeah, you hit my after. I left a while ago. I left.
What series was that?
I'm over there.
Like, oh, like you just been fighting my after image this whole time. What?
Oh man, what was that? I want to say it was Bleach, but similar things to that happen in Bleach all the time, where they hit you, and then they're just right behind you, and your character is just like
flash that.
There's like a big panel with their face, like half their face going like, and the guy's like right behind them, all cocky, like, you didn't hit me.
Yeah.
Whoa, that could have killed me if it actually landed.
Yeah, there's a lot of different flavors of the same ice cream.
Looks like you did get stronger.
Not bad.
Well, those are
I was
your
almost nervous. Yeah, that's all my thoughts.
That'd
one more
buddy. Cool action. I don't know what to say. This shit just is cool, and it feels weird always, like struggling to like have a lot of things to say about Sakamoto Days, and I feel like I don't want that to come off as an indictment.
Nowadays.
I don't want that to come off as an indictment nowadays of Sakamoto Days, because I really enjoy it. I think I'm having a great time reading it all the time. But it is one of the things that I feared about covering One Punch Man on this show, where a lot of it is just like these big set pieces of action that are like kind of hard to talk about narratively, unless like there's an overt like thematic thing to their fight, which could still happen, but it's still early in the fight for that to pop off right now. But Osarugi's cool. I always thought she was like a really cool character, and her buzzsaw is pretty awesome. But that's all I got for Sakamoto Days this week. You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Let's move onward then.
Fi me pick ner i det kör med som jag kan chat.
Kagurabachi. And then with that, I'm gonna pass this one over to Josh.
Thanks. Well, Kagurabachi, chapter 112.1.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is like a side story. But just to rehash, last week we got the huge reveal that the whole series we was reading prior to this chapter was just part one of Kagurabachi. And no, they're not gonna have two blue vortex bachi next, or you know, or Kagurabachi Modulo. Nothing like that. It's the same series, same thing. Just he's breaking it down in parts like Oda did. during the Wano arc.
Kagurabachi Shippuden.
I mean, maybe there's gonna be a part 3 and 4. You know what I'm
Could be.
saying?
Could be.
Right?
Could be.
I'm not gonna harp on it. So yeah, you know, it's basically Chihiro resolved to rebuilding not only his N10 sword, but the Cloud Gouger, and possibly even upgrading the remaining swords. It's a lot of possibilities. We don't really know what's happening, but we're looking forward to it. But in this chapter, we take a little break to go and also rewind the clock a little bit to find to check in on what's this guy's name?
Soya Sazanami.
Soya Sazanami.
Big
Memories
boy
be gone.
Soya.
Yeah, this was Hakuri's big bro that used to abuse him. He was a real piece of shit. He claimed he loved him, and the way he expressed his love was through physical violence and humiliation of his target of affection. Terrible stuff. Real psychotic bully. And we get to spend the next 10 to 15 minutes with this guy in this review. So he wakes up from the roughage of the Sazanami headquarters because they wreck that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the Shinichi went crazy, and that was before it was even sheathed. You know what's crazy? Like, thinking back, they really did, like, they teased that shit. They didn't even, he had it sheathed and was using its fucking powers. And we know that this series is a lot more than just sword abilities, even though they do make an effort, right?
Yeah.
Like, anyway, let me just continue with the chapter before we get into thoughts. So your boy Soya, he doesn't remember who he is or what he was doing, but he does remember some things. Like, he knows language and objects and stuff. You know, he's not out there like a baby or nothing.
Yeah.
But he's starting to put a couple things together. He realizes that he was at the Rakuzachi. He put some clues together pretty swiftly, as a matter of fact. He figures he was involved. He sees the way he was dressed, like, and he's like, damn, like. Oh, and then he, like, after he realizes what clothes he has, he tries to use his ISO move, and he uses like a bunch of different like hand signs.
Bro, I don't know.
Hilarious.
I don't know if this is a reference to the first Spider-Man movie where he kept trying to do the go, web, go. And I'm like, is this what is he referencing Spider-Man right now? Because if he is, that's fucking goated.
ISO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I think that is. It probably, listen, I'm going with that. That was sharp,
I'm
bro.
taking it. I'm running with that shit.
So he realizes he was part of the Sazanami clan. And then he was like, wait. Oh, did we fucking lose?
What the hell?
No way. And then then he hears a voice in his head, and it's his little brother, but he doesn't know that yet. It's Hakuri. And he's like, because you always loved me. He's like, who's that voice? And he just, and after saying, I don't know, but this feeling, I'm absolutely sure of one thing. Whoever this voice is, that person means everything to me as he creates it. I don't know, bro, if that's real or not, but he holds the spark of love in a spherical form. That's the best way I could express that. So it's like, oh, if I can't remember this, I'm not myself. And he Says, fuck it, let me just keep pushing. He sees he got some money in his pocket. He said, but I got the blood of a businessman in my veins. I could turn a single blade of hay into a fortune. I could sell salt to a slug.
I got that
sell water to a
mindset,
well.
grind set. I got to start a podcast and talk about how people aren't working hard enough.
Yeah. But that's not what he does.
No.
What he does
He
with his
should've.
little chump change is goes straight to the fortune teller. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad. And he's like, this is all I have. He's like, what do you seek to know? And he's like, I've lost my memory. I want to know who I am. I need to know who I loved. I need to know now. She's taking a drag of her cigarette. She's like, the sincerity in those eyes. Goddamn love, is it? And she goes on. She starts thinking to herself how, like, man, like all her career, nobody took her shit seriously, but that's just how fortune telling is. But I want to give this guy a genuine answer. I want to save this young man in need. This time of all times, I will reveal everything to you. As she activates her crystal ball, and magic's a thing in this series, so
It works.
She's a fortune teller,
And she sees exactly what it is.
Exactly. She sees exactly what this nigga was up to prior to him waking up from the rubble, and she screamed from the secondhand embarrassment of this weirdo. I don't think it was fear. And she's like, and he's like,
you're a
what's wrong?
sicko,
What did you
dude.
see?" And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. She's like, insane. And he's like, who is? And she's like, you are.
Who else?
Yeah, brutal violence. You call that love? You got to be kidding. Seriously, you're one sick bastard. And then the narrator's like, businessman saw your size and army, spent his meager remaining funds to be brutally denounced. As she tells him to get out my sight. So now he's bumming it in the alleyway. And he's like, fortune telling is garbage. I'd be salty too, I guess. And he spent his money on that. He spent his money to hear that. And so he's so mad. And he's like, he said, why should I be insulted like that? And he kicks this fucking can really hard. And he starts to feel all of this, like, these good vibes, And he thinks for a moment. He's like, what was that? He punches the fucking wall and makes a crater in it because, he's a sorcerer. They do that. And it was love at first sight. He started crying and he was like, it's this feeling, this taste, this sound. It's this, as he starts breaking random things around him. And he says, this is who I am. I'm starting to remember what I hold dear. Little, weak. Yes, they were weak and round. And then he dashes over to find what it was that was, I guess, the target of his affection. And he pulls up on a pigeon that's looking at him arguably with secondhand embarrassment as well.
You're cringe, bro.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
bro, if a bird could cringe.
Yeah, that's how that would look. I kind of want to make that my profile picture. Or post that when people say shit. And he's like, oh, no, my brain's not working. This isn't it. It's like, I swear I'll find you. And he passes out. Someone asks, is he dead? And then the other kid was like, I've never seen a pigeon cringe before. And that's the end of this bonus chapter. Very funny. Chris, what were your deep analytical thoughts on chapter 112.1?
RGC.
RGC.
Was it yours? Not yours, I imagine?
No.
All right, well.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Are you dead ass serious?
RGC.
Oh, I thought it was memeing, bro.
No. Not this time.
That's why I said it on the mic.
No. You know what's funny is I didn't come into it thinking it was my RGC, but like talking about it, I found a new level of appreciation about it. So going into this, I actually like started out really liking this chapter. It wasn't my RGC up top, but before we talked, but before one thing I appreciated is that it gave me vibes of you know how Oda would do like the title page covers. Yeah. This felt spiritually like that. And I really liked it. It's this little level of world building. Honestly, this is a humongous deal that Soya's alive. Like in the sense that it was a very fun way to deliver this little like bombshell, because he's just out there in the world right now and he can affect the story at any point.
I know exactly what Brian would say if he was here right now.
What would he say?
Do you want to guess?
Yeah.
What would he say about Soya Sazanami?
I don't know what
he's gonna get a sword.
Nah. No, he's not gonna get a sword. That'd be crazy if he ends up with a sword.
Yeah.
But he will pop up in a very important way down the line. I just really like the character reveal. It was a very unique way of just like building this up. And you know, I did not see it coming. I very much assumed Soya was dead. There was no reason for me to think that he was alive. But yeah, I really enjoyed how funny this chapter was. I really like. Yeah, I just liked it. It was just a really good read, and I feel ridiculous giving a bonus chapter it is, but this is like, weirdly enough, I don't give these bonus chapters a lot of credence, but man, a lot of people could have just passed this over, you know, and then later down the line, Soya would have just popped up and be like, "What? I thought he was dead," and not know that this chapter existed. And this is a full length chapter. This chapter is 19 pages. So like
it was more chapter. It was longer than Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, usually when you get a 0.1 chapter, it's literally like 3 pages of like maybe a gag or something. This should have been chapter 113, to be honest. But you know, I like it a lot. I thought it was very funny. And I like the story implications of it. This pigeon, you know, is just a wonderful piece of artwork. So
yeah, that is.
How could I not? How could I not? You know, give it its flowers. But really, those are really all my thoughts on Kagurabachi. I had a really fun time with this chapter. Josh, what'd you think?
I mean, I loved it. It was a very enjoyable chapter too. I think I agree with you 100% that this does feel like as if it was a cover story, but we actually got a full chapter out of it. I was surprised when I seen bonus. I was fully expecting to just like think I ain't gonna lie. I thought, well, I got a freebie this week, but then I
don't gotta work this week.
This is a whole chapter.
I'm off this week.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like honestly, my mind immediately shifted to like, okay, let me see. Maybe I'll like cover something else, you know, but it ended up being a full ass chapter, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna cover this.
Yeah.
So, as far as the chapter itself goes, he truly is a psychopath.
Yeah.
There's no other way to, put it. And I think it would be really interesting if he actually was able to get some type of help. Imagine he clashed with the metal sand guy. That would be a very traumatic battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like what's going to happen, he's going to come in to save the day at some point. Like he's going to bail out Hakuri or somebody.
You think so?
I think so. Even though he does like want to hurt Hakuri, he doesn't want anybody to kill him. Because then how will he hurt him?
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I don't really got nothing else to say.
There's a kid in here. I didn't even like catch this the first time I read it, but the last page, one of the kids asked, like, I've never seen a pigeon cringe before.
Yeah.
So good. So good. But that's all I got to say about Kags. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
never seriously considered it for RGC.
That's fair. To be honest, it's a spur of the moment for me too. I will
Those
tell
are the
you what
best
series
ones.
it came into this episode. Get in the RGC later. Let's go.
We call that Easy Money GG.
Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, Chapter 23, Ritual of Harmony. We open up with this color page of Mahito, who's no longer a factor in the series, and Yuji.
Yes.
But yeah, let's get into it. So last we left off, Yuji and Marulu were planning on using this pathway of souls that they find themselves in to use Mahito's curse technique, Yuji's abilities, and Marulu's curse technique to build a harmony between the cursed spirits and human beings and Sumerians in order to remove cursed energy from people once and for all, which is something that multiple characters have been trying to achieve in some way, shape, or form. And now we're coming to the conclusion of this. They are discussing the possibility that cursed energy could possibly be eliminated completely, which Yuji doesn't actually think is possible. So Yuji goes into detail into why he doesn't think that cursed spirits can be completely removed from society. They explain that cursed energy on Earth is something unique to the Japanese or those with Japanese ancestry. But people all over the world do emit cursed energy, but it's incredibly faint compared to the Japanese. So cursed spirits still have the possibility of being born outside of Japan. So
They showed the Brooklyn Bridge. I was like, hey, we got cursed energy.
yeah, hell yeah, but we don't got
Nice.
we got no cursed technique.
Not a lot. Yeah, you know. We got a little something.
We got something going on here in New York.
Yeah.
If there's anybody
They ain't show-
who has cursed
They
energy,
ain't show LA. They ain't show Chicago. They ain't show bum ass Indiana. They ain't show
Nope.
none of that.
I had to throw shade at Indiana.
I was taking shots.
Yeah, I had to do it. You know, we got listeners in Indiana. We have listener in Indiana, right?
We do. Well, listen, during the basketball season, it's vicious, man.
Yeah.
During the summer though, it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. I got nothing to say.
So basically, long and short of it is Yuji's concern is that cursed spirits will still manifest despite the fact because they can't completely remove cursed energy from people. That's just how it is. They can't do it. They can only minimize it to an incredible degree, but people all over the world will still be able to emit cursed spirits, cursed energy to a point where cursed spirits can be born. And they'd be, I suppose, less able to deal with it. So,
Right.
you know, yeah, Marulu asks, is like, in a world without sorcerers, wouldn't the risk of cursed spirits being born with high latent abilities be too high? And Itadori's like, well, I can take care of that. You know, just leave that to me. I'll be the only guy going around killing these things for as long as that, for the 300 years that I'll be alive.
Yeah.
But he says that it'll be a lot better than the current power balance between cursed spirits and Jujutsu sorcerers. The number of cursed spirits born every year can fit on one hand. So, you know, it can work to some degree, but there's no eliminating all cursed spirits or cursed energy in general. Itadori asks about the possibility of bringing harmony to cursed spirits too. And that's because Marulu brings up the point of like, well, you know, yeah, you could go around killing cursed spirits and all, but that won't solve the problem of like the conflict between, you know, Earthlings and Sumerians and the problem with Kallians being lumped in with cursed spirits. And Itadori was like, well, change them. fix the thing that's causing Rumelians to confuse cursed spirits with Callians. He's asking, he's like, why, what's different about cursed spirits and Callians? Why do Rumelians feel they're the same? So the big Callian over there should tell you what's the answer to that. He explains that cursed spirits are evil, but since they're born from cursed energy, and that's unavoidable. But something that resembles cursed spirits isn't necessarily evil. And we get examples of this. We know Tengen, who, since he couldn't merge with the star plasma vessel, he became more closer to cursed spirits, and he was not a bad guy. Choso was half cursed spirit. And although they fought at first, they came to an understanding at the end, and they explained that maybe the reason Callians attack everyone besides Rumelian stems from the same kind of evil as cursed spirits. And Marulu figures that the souls of Callians, cursed spirits, and Rumelians are the same color. So the Rumelians are identified by Callians as one of them, it seems. And it's the same way around with Rumelians identifying cursed spirits as the same as Callians, because they all have the same color of souls. And, if they can fix that, they could probably do it. They could probably do the thing. He says, Marulu says, I can't overwrite the color of their souls, but there are other ways. They think they can make the area that they are now, whatever this thing is, the soul, the place where the souls of all Earth pass through, into a device that can split and reshape souls and scatter the color of souls, adjust their form, and wipe out as much cursed energy as possible right here. And Itadori thinks to himself, so there's really no other way. If you use that method, then the Callian aboard the Naunax right now, ... And then we cut over to Africa, where Dabra he gets the black robe from a sorcerer in Africa. He's no longer fighting Maharaga. That is no longer happening. I think they're in the place where the souls pass on, and Dabra is also there with the black rope. He was able to use it to save his sister, and now Marulu is telling him to go back to Samuria by himself, because he's not really needed anymore, because they figured out a solution. So Dabra's story comes to an end. He was able to save his sister, and Marulu tells him that they'll see each other again someday. He understands it now, his curse technique. And I guess he revives everyone who was dying or near death at this point. Tsurugi, Yuka, Cross, and Usami, they all get, I guess, resurrected by Maru. And now finally Yuji and Marulu say their goodbyes. Marulu says that he can do it himself, and Itadori goes off to do his own thing. We then see Maru trying to start off this ritual to finally, bring harmony to the world. And he starts to get overwhelmed by the moment. But that's when Cross shows up and takes his hand along with Tsurugi and Yuka. And, actually, I don't know if he actually revives them, but brings their souls over to him, I suppose, because I don't know how it works. It's very unclear at the moment. But yeah, they all hold hands, and they start the ritual, and the chapter ends in a 2-page spread where they say, by offering prayers to pacify all spirits, I now conclude the ritual harmony. And their third eyes are crying, probably because Callians are being cursed spirits are being eliminated left and right. And that is where this chapter ends. Wow. Josh, what did you think about Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo chapter 23?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I wish I had more time to digest this shit. Like, I read it one time and I was so annoyed that I didn't feel like going back to get an understanding, and I should have. But this is it. My, it's just so annoying, yo. Because what are we even talking about now? What are we even talking about anymore? You know what this feels like? This felt like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna say this felt like when Suru, no, what's her name? Oh my god, the lady with the fucking girl with the hammer and nails. Her name
Nobara.
already. Nobara, when she came back out of out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh, okay, like it was so startling. That's what this felt, especially when Dabura was in that space, and I'm like, maybe this is like the future or the past or something. Like maybe this is like happening in his head. And then he literally says, "I'm sorry for interrupting your duel, but I'm going to send you back home." And that's it. I guess he's duel ended. That's it. Maybe that's what Itadori's going to do, fight Maharaga.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, let's talk about. Let's make this an open dialogue. Let's talk about the plan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you where, for me, it got like crazy. When he said, "Let's turn." Like we remake this place, this room, which is apparently where all souls pass by. This is where, right? The kid, the fucking cursed spirit was hanging out too, right? Waiting for this nigga Itadori. So there's this space, and he wants to recreate this space into a machine or device that will process souls. And I thought, for me, it would have been fine to be like, all right, it'll just change their color. But then he said, into a device that can split. He said we could scatter the color of souls, adjust their forms, and wipe out as much cursed energy as possible. I just was like, oh, wait. Oh, wait. I thought the issue was the color of the souls. Can't we just make everyone's colors match? Can't we like make it so that cursed spirits don't want to attack us or other people? I thought that was going to be the plan, that play, to adjust the soul color. And then he's like, nah, let's just do this real mechanical shit. And I just was like, all right.
Yeah.
So the end of the Maharaga fight, combined with that with that fucking weird plan like that, I thought I was following. Then he said that, and I just was like, okay, right? No. So we got that first. No, that was the first thing. Then the Dabura fight with Maharaga ended, and then that came into him reviving everybody, and I just was like, okay, this is Gonron Egg.
I wouldn't say it was Gonron.
Gonron Egg, bro. At the beginning of the chapter, Itadori was like, listen, honestly, what you should do is do a 3-year time skip. And he was like, wait, what about all the other Rumelians and the Callians?
What about this whole conflict we've been building up? And
he's like, don't worry about it.
What about Yuka's brain cancer? What about
He's like, no, bro, I exist, and I'm going to be alive for 300 years, so that means every problem is going to be solved. It's cool. I'm Itadori.
I'm like so fucking strong, right? I'm the strongest sorcerer.
I'm so fucking strong.
I don't know if you saw what I did to Mahito. I got it. Yo, don't even worry about it.
Do a little magic spell, do what you can, and
I'll just go around cutting people. It's fine. I'll just keep cutting things.
Yo, that is literally just like I got Itadori the Wise. We didn't get no type of fucking like nothing.
The problem is that like Gengen's very good at like establishing the rules of his battle system, of his of his power system and the curse techniques, the cursed energy and all that stuff. And I think feasibly he could have done the same here. It's just there's no real time to expand on what any of this shit fucking means. Like, I don't even know how they got to where they are. I don't know. I think they're on the ship, but they don't seem, because like they say that like, yeah, I don't know how they got there. They just kind of were there. I don't know if Rika took them there, because the last thing that Maru saw when he was on regular Earth was Rika. But then how does Rika know to do this? Can Rika do this?
No, Rika was like fading, wasn't she?
She
Oh
always,
no, half her head.
yeah,
was
she was always
missing,
had
so
that. Whenever she
Okay, thank
appears
goodness.
in her human form, she's always had that. I just like, and you know, this isn't something that's like unique that Gege has done. Gege has done this before, where he would like carve out a bit of the action. He would like do a hard cut to something. But this is the most egregious example of that. Usually he's like fine with it. He can like find a balance where he's not losing too much information. But man, this was like a jump. Cause like,
said, fuck it.
yeah, he said,
You know what?
let's just pack up and go home.
Nigga has vacation planned. He was like,
It's almost time to
Yeah.
clock out.
it's just taking a little too long. Yeah.
It's getting close to quitting time.
I'm just gonna end it next week.
And I don't know. We're being silly right now, but like it's
This is the penultimate chapter of Jujutsu.
well,
Kaisen.
you know, I don't know that for sure, and I do want to leave some room for Gege to explain himself, because I don't want to go feral on this series. I want to try to remain fair, you know, because we don't know what's coming next. We don't necessarily know that the next chapter is the last. Theoretically, it could be a possibility that just everything goes to shit and it goes on for a tiny bit longer. But man, this was crazy. The fact that we don't even know what happened to Maharaga. Is there just a wild Maharaga out there? He can't die unless...
He's just out there running. Looking for the next scrap. Do you want to fight me?
Like, he can't... the idea is that he can't be... Unless he is killed, which is extraordinarily difficult. Only Sukuna and Gojo are able to... have been able to do it. Unless he is killed, or one of the two people in the ritual, being Yuka or Dabra, die, he will remain. That's the deal with Maharaga.
Bro, it's all right.
Okay.
His eye power and the Nuanax.
Yeah, the Naunax.
The Nuanax. What that shit is called. That's it. You listen, man. Gigi don't give a fuck watching that.
I don't want to say that, man. It feels like mean. It feels like I don't want to put
Does
that
it?
on him.
Maybe I'm just a little, you know, like I said, I needed a little bit of time to digest
Bro,
this
I'll
shit,
commit to
man.
that if next chapter it's just over. There's like, oh, you really wanted to get out of
No
here.
one killed me. I ain't gonna lie. I get it. You ain't seen nothing.
Bro,
yet.
you're not even drawing the series. You don't have-
Maybe the artist is like,
the artist is like, wait, I'm out of a job now? You're closing up shop, you're closing the business, and you didn't even...
there's too much text, bro.
So the black rope, they also brought up that they don't really have it anymore. The black rope is really hard to make, and now they just have black rope.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. I was completely willing to just overlook that, but you know what? Now that we're focusing in on that, yeah, that there's a problem.
Like,
I'm
Usami
not
said
missing
that
it.
it would be
Yeah.
incredibly difficult because it's not easy to come across black rope. And then they're just like, actually, we had a bunch of it this entire time. Here.
It reminds me of like when they said Nobara like had like, you know, wasn't dead yet, so that there was like a small chance.
Can I offer at least a little bit of a defense of Nobara? Because I do think the situations are slightly different. So at some point they did reveal that they left out intentionally parts of the plan to Yuji, because they didn't want to alert Sukuna, because whatever Yuji would know, Sukuna would know. So they didn't. they could have known all along that Nobara wasn't dead and she was recovering, but they didn't tell Yuji at the time because Sukuna would know. And if Sukuna knew that Nobara was alive, he would have just found a way to kill her because her
I'm
ability.
irritated about how good of an explanation this is right now.
And
I'm gonna be
they've
honest
confirmed this is the case with Toto, where he explained, like when there's like a flashback when he arrived, where they explained that like it's important that Yuji doesn't know this part of the plan because Sukuna will know. And at least that was a good retroactive explanation as to why Nobara's presence was hidden from Yuji, and thus from us as the audience, because we know what Itadori knows. But man, yeah, this is crazy. And I feel like no panel really, no page really like feels like shows the feeling of this chapter more than when the lady was just like, go ahead, take it. And Dabra was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about it. Because I was this series was like really cooking for a little while now. And, you know, this was the thing that, you know, I was afraid of, is that it would be like really boiled down to a weird, simplistic thing. There's no actual fix with this conflict they're having, because the fix is within this complicated power system and not necessarily with, you know, the cultural differences or anything like that. It's literally because the power system works this way, and that's why we have this conflict. And now we're just adjusting the power system of this universe so that we wouldn't have problems. We won't have problems. And our third eyes won't cry every time you kill a cursed spirit, Itadori.
Yeah, 0 out of 10. No binding vows.
No, 0 binding vows out of 10. I'm reserving final judgment until maybe next chapter, or maybe hopefully the next couple chapters. But I really don't know how you bounce back from this. This is like a real letdown of a conclusion. And you know, it feels weird saying that, because it just comes off as us like, well, we want to see cool Maharaga fight, which there is a level of that. I think that's valid to some degree. You know?
I do. I want to see it the rest of the
I wanted to see. I
Maharaga.
thought it was cool. What's wrong with cool shit happening? You know? Either I want to see cool battle. 0 out of 10. I didn't get to see it. But no. Yes, I did want to see it. What do you
I
mean
wanted
he
to
just
see
got
more of a
pulled out?
resolution than a cutaway. It was just getting good.
He just got popped over here. We don't know what happened with Maharaga. From the looks
Because
of
he
it,
awakened as a warrior, he's cool with it. He's like, oh, don't worry.
Oh.
I get it now.
I like fighting now. And it looks like Maharaga was still active, because when he's doing his whole soul thing with everybody, Yuka is still like in the shadows. So like Maharaga was definitely out there. Just fucking around.
Yo, if they just give us the Itadori versus Maharaga fight, that'd be.
I don't think that's what's
that'd be
gonna
fine.
happen. Also, we don't know what this fucking guy's domain expansion was. Dabra
Maybe he
unleashed his domain expansion. Nothing what happened with that?
Right. What was that shit that they blacked out? That his power.
Yeah, we don't
was?
know what that is. We don't know what his like domain expansion is. I don't know. That's crazy. This was a crazy chapter. In a not so good way. And it feels weird being negative on a chapter. But bro, this was nuts. I got whiplash.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Huh? It's over?
Disappointing to say the least.
Man. I saw a slander post of the part where they were holding hands. And it was like, you're Jujutsu and I'm Kaisen. So like this, and together we are Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm gonna see if I find it.
Wait,
If I find it, I'll post it. I'll add it in post.
See.
But yeah, I don't know.
It was
I can't see
it's
it.
Page, what's it called?
Yeah, no,
Page
the last
19.
page. Yeah, it's that page where they're all holding hands.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, let's do it together. Don't worry. We're all here with you. Yeah. How Jujutsu? You're guys
together. Something like that. It was funny, but oh man, I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you think. I kind of want to know what the community really thinks about this. If you guys listen to the pod, I think it'd be nice to know. I don't know how I feel. I feel negatively, I suppose, but I don't want to feel negatively about this. I was so hyped on this series for a while. I can't wait to find out what Brian. I should have asked Brian for his thoughts before the episode.
We'll have the next chapter next chapter is a big one.
Yeah,
'Cause,
he's got to stick the landing here. You know, I've been watching the Olympics, and you know, every now and then you get a routine where a figure skater will just like not at the end of their routine, but close to the end of their routine, they'll just like slip or something, or they'll just fumble. This is what it felt like. It's up to Gege to like really like recover at this point and continue his routine and finish it in a positive way. But bro, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. I don't know, Gege. This was nuts, bro. I'm in shock.
maybe he read through Boruto, got the true two blue vortex, and was like, "This can't be me. I can't allow I can't entertain a possibility where this happens with my series. So I'm just gonna cut it off now."
Yeah. I don't want to overstay my welcome so badly that I'm just going to fucking stop. I'm going to stop right now. But that's all I got to say about Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. Do you have any closing thoughts before we move on to the next one?
No.
All right. Well, let's go. Dandadan. And with this one, I'll pass it over to Josh.
Thanks, Chris. Dandadan, chapter 226. Let's create the ultimate yokai.
Yep.
And yes, they are. No
Yeah.
alternate
Yeah,
title at
that's
all.
quite literally the thing that they're doing.
Couldn't say it any better than that.
Very on the
Last
nose.
week we seen what was objectively a top 5 beatdown in Dandadan.
Bro.
That happened in the bathroom. One young girl versus 3 grown weirdo men, and she destroyed
She
them.
shoved them down toilets. Oh my god, I'm
Yes.
still traumatized thinking about the way she did it.
Yeah, wasted them.
Yeah, nice.
The silence. Unfortunately,
I wanted to give you that.
unfortunately, the smoke goon, the Red Baron, was able to escape the slaughter and run away with the 2 abilities he stole from the girls that Chris knows the name of.
I don't know their names off the top of my head.
That's crazy.
I know
it's
their spirits are the
the 2 side
ombudsman,
characters.
the ombudsman, and the Lord of the
Yeah.
Flies lady.
Right. So, yeah, sad stuff. So this week's chapter, we begin in a forest or something, where there's a grand door. There's no building or nothing attached to it, just a door, kind of like Kingdom Hearts. But you know, if you know, you know.
I know.
And you know.
I know.
And inside of this door is like this little layer or whatever, and we see Saint Germain walking up to this person that's almost naked but in underwear.
He's in tidy whities.
It looks in tidy whities It looks like half his head is cut off. I don't know what's going on, if that's hair or something.
I just realized his feet are resting on hands.
That is the first time I realized that as well. I'm actually so unsettled by that I need to take a moment. It's just completely threw me off. What the hell? Guys,
they're like this.
Page 5? Yes, why? What?
They're just hands. They're not even attached to the couch, I think.
All right, anyway, Dandadan, guys. So Saint Germain's like, ask the dude, how are you feeling? Are you adapting to it? He's like, yes. Yo, look at his fucking face.
Dude, he put on
this alone.
This panel has the most crackheadiest smile.
Yeah, it's very unsettling. Very crackheady. And he's like, with this alone, I feel I could fight even now. Yes, as he shows to have Unjizuma's umbrellas, which are umbrella ability, which are named Hansel and Gretel. Interesting. And also Momo Ayase's psychic abilities named Alice, which is really, really interesting. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. So, he's like, yeah, with these powers, I feel more power. Like, I feel good right now. He's like, I could fight. Saint Germain's like, no, not yet. In order to draw out the intrinsic power of the fairy tale card, we need 6 curses. And that's the diagram, I guess, that we've seen like a bunch of chapters ago. That was like kind of random. I vaguely remember it off the top of my head, and like we didn't understand what it meant, but it's literally showing like fairy tale characters, literally like Disney characters down there. Well, I guess it's not from Disney got the stories from folk tales, whatever. Yeah. Alice in Wonderland, Snow White, The Little Mermaid, Hansel and Gretel, Little Red Riding Hood, and The Adventures of Pinocchio. So that makes 7. That makes 6 altogether. And the weirdo is like, I must say, hiring you as a consultant was the right decision, Saint Germain. This was Mr. Ichinose.
Yeah.
And that's a name that I made up to represent like
I thought that was his real name.
No, it isn't. I made it up. But that's the name I give to like people in like animes and like manga who are like clearly like Japanese weirdo caricatures that I don't really understand, but I know off of vibes like that's Ichinose. That's an Ichinose. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking weirdo. But he's not like a clown or like a gag character. He's straight weirdo. I'm trying to think who else is Ichinose. I need to think about it. Well, anyway, New Jump City. So he was the one with he had the fairy tale power. I'm pretty sure he was the guy that was inside of the.
Yeah, he was inside the weird.
Spirit.
Was he not inside the thing with?
No, I think he captured that ability and gave it to this guy. And then that's why he was like, "Oh shit, the cards again, not this motherfucker." And it was through this dude, but apparently he was the boss man. Whatever. He's like, I have my doubts about you. It's like, but why go through the trouble of putting powers into people only to then steal them away? Like, it seems like a waste of effort, which I agree. But we don't really get an explanation on that because Shinobi pulls up and she's like, oh, the Baron has arrived. And he pulls up in smoke. Damn, I wonder who would win in a fight, him or Smoker. Anyway, random. So he's like, oh yeah, perfect timing. He's like, and Red Baron goes into full glaze mode. It's like, yes, I brought you the powers. This guy's faint out. It's like, yeah, give me the powers now, like right now. And
I want to kneel.
Yeah, he's thirsty. The Red Baron, he goes into kawaii mode. I guess I'm gonna call it. I don't understand like the trope, like the name of that trope, but
yeah, I don't know it either.
Yeah, he just gets all goofy and shit for no reason. I guess because he has like a whole bunch of respect for like Saint Germain. But he's hoping that he remembers his name, and like 2 other people around this nigga just said his name like out loud, and this guy calls him old heavy smoker, tells him he did a good job, and he's like, oh, I would prefer you call me Red Baron, and he calls him old heavy smoker, just straight disrespecting and shit. And like he kind of checks him though. He lets him know like, yo, like I told you not to get like rough, like with the people that have the abilities. You're supposed to go about it like a certain way. And Red Baron's like, look, I got pride too. If I'm backed in a corner and I'm fighting, I don't want to lose. I'm not going to accept defeat. And I get it. I don't know if this dude does, but anyway, the Shinobi grabs the Kazuka knives, and right before she gives it to the other dude, we get an explanation of how she stole Momo's powers, and it happened, I guess, when she was being revived from like that pixie stage.
Yeah,
so which is really revealing because it shows she didn't lose her abilities like in that process. Like obviously it was a product of what this lady did, and she got her alone and was able to get into her mind and force her through prayer to submit and admit defeat. Which I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I thought it was really smart.
I
was like, whoa,
yeah,
what a twist.
Yeah, right, that was smart. Yeah, it made a lot more sense too, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, that's how she went about it. And Red Baron's mad salty. He's like, oh, if you were nearby, then why didn't you help me? And he's talking about when he was getting flushed in the toilet, mind you.
He got hit in the face with a urinal.
Yeah, that was him, right? He's the one that got hit in the face with that shit, right? Yeah. And she was like, I apologize, but I can't do anything but change my appearance. Plus, I wouldn't have pulled up either.
Yeah, you were fighting Evil Eye when I was there. I'm not fighting against Evil Eye.
And he was there to fight against the toilet girl too. I think that's what he was talking about when he got.
No, because he got worked by Gigi.
Oh, yeah, you're right, and that's why I said if you
that's where she was. That's how she like followed Momo, because it was after that conflict. So she was just around there. She didn't do anything to help him.
She was watching his ass. But to be fair, it wasn't until the end. Like he only started losing at the very end. So, whatever. They're the adversarial group, so clearly they're gonna hate each other.
Yeah,
and have that dynamic, right? We're never gonna escape that trope. Anyway, she inserts the Kazuka knives like cartridges, and this dude powers up in the weirdest way.
It's entering me. Hey, yo.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that shit, but yeah, super duper ayo.
Hey, yo.
I guess that's what he was going for, but I guess after dealing with that, we're rewarded with a really cool panel of this guy like powered up with all the other abilities. Interesting. What'd you call it? Ombudsman?
Yeah, the ombudsman.
That's how you say it?
That's the singer.
Ombudsman.
I think the ombudsman is supposed to be Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know how I noticed? Because if you look at her top, it's the same like shell.
Yeah, it's the same symbol. But which one's Lord of the Rings, if that's the case? Oh, Lord of the Flies, sorry. It's funny. Lord of the Flies is an actual book. I'm like, why? And it's not a fairy tale. It's like, why? Man,
it's not.
What could it be?
But like, you know what's crazy? I thought about that, and then I was like, why are two umbrellas Hansel and Gretel? Just because it's two objects that are similar? Whatever,
I don't know.
right? And then a telepathic hand being Alice. Who knows? They could say the Lord of the Flies is Pinocchio, and you just had to hold that down.
Yeah.
Basically,
I'll take it. I don't think they're.
it's Dandadan. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna be mad. To be
Yeah,
honest.
I don't mind. I'm just, confused.
If I had to guess though, what the what the Flies was, let me go back to this thing. Well, all right, that's the end of the chapter. So you want to give your thoughts, and I'll talk about that.
Yeah,
later.
going into the week, this was my RGC. I really thought this was cool as hell.
Oh, it's my RGC.
Yeah.
By the way. I mean, well, it is.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, this was a very fun chapter. I mean, such a great build-up chapter for the final villain, setting up the stakes of what these powers really are. Like a little bit of more mystery as to, because Saint Germain gave them these powers and then they took them away. So I'm curious as to why the connections are there. What about if there are connections? Why are certain abilities named what they are? It's just cool. I think it's just like a really cool way to introduce like this level of mystery to all these kids' powers. This villain is, I don't know what his deal is really, but he is scary. I am afraid of him in a big time like final villain threat type of way. I think it's valid.
Yeah, for sure.
He kind of looks like Turbo Granny in this last panel, with the hair.
Yo, right? That was really random. Like I was trying to figure out like why, like what did he get that ability from?
I wonder which one is Turbo Granny, if at all.
I thought that would have been Alice. Maybe Pinocchio because she has I don't know.
She doesn't have a long nose. I would say I don't know. So
Snow White. No, I think Snow White is not I say man, it's been a little while. Since
maybe
we've
Lord
seen
of
all
the
these
Flies
characters.
is Snow White.
Nah, I think Snow White is the other female character on the group.
Ira.
Ira, yeah.
Although her spirit is just like a regular person that became like a malicious spirit. So I don't know if she's like one of them legendary spirits, kind of like, the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman is like a real thing. Not a real thing, but like an actual kind of urban legend type thing.
It is?
Yeah. An Ombudsman. Ombudsman. Right? That's what it is? Or Ombudsman.
Yeah.
Hold on. But you keep going with is it my thoughts? I just thought this chapter was cool. I really enjoyed it.
I mean,
the powers, all that
it's
stuff.
two of us, so it's better if it's like, I guess, like more open dialogue anyway. But
you what are your thoughts, Josh?
So like I'm really interested in I know Dandadan was going somewhere with the Saint Germain guy, but him alone wasn't like really holding a lot of weight. I needed more, like a lot more context and understanding. And this to me is like it's heading in the right direction as far as it being interesting. I don't the introduction of like this cursed spirits being related to these folktale animals is super duper cool, and I hope there's like an actual real explanation and they're not just called like naming them after them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hope there's like actual purpose, and even if you look at this chart, it seems like they all connect in one way or another. So maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. You're right. This guy is definitely like a presence.
Mm-hmm.
as far as Ayase goes, I don't know why she would have lost her memory because of that, but clearly she had a cursed spirit. I mean, cursed spirit. Oh yeah, she had a yokai in her. Um, to have that ability, that wasn't something that was innate to her, like being able to focus. That was like a cursed spirit. I mean, again, I
A
said that
yokai.
shit. Yeah, it has to be right if they was able to steal it as an ability.
Okay, so it's interesting because in the anime they call it an unbusman. In this manga they call it an unbus or an unbusman. But they also say that it's a lot of people are speculating that it's actually a Konaki Gigi, which is the crying old man. It's a mountain dwelling spirit that looks like an old human man. They carry sticks and straw raincoats. They come from mountain folklore. It is thought to be a yokai that was invented by combining two different folk tales into a new form. One tells of a mountain dwelling yokai that mimics a baby's cry and crushes to death anyone who tries to pick it up. The other tells of an old man who supposedly actually existed, who walked around mimicking a baby's cry.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that's yeah, I don't know why they call it unbusman. Unbusman is like a real thing, but it's not spirit. It's an ombudsman is, or an ombudsman is. Sorry, I'm looking it up. An ombudsman is an independent, impartial official who investigates complaints, resolves disputes, and advocates for fairness within organizations or government agencies. I don't know if it's a mistranslation or something, but I think it's more closer to the other yokai I just explained. But, you learn something new every day in New Jump City. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted your thought.
Nah, I mean, I don't really have that much more to add, to be honest. I'm looking at a few chapters prior, and I'm trying to see what he named, what like she says. Damn, it's so crazy.
Wait, what? Who says?
Oh, the bossman, her name was like Mai.
Yes.
And that was like her friend, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was her friend.
Turned into, wow. Damn. Yeah, Ombus. Yeah, Ombusman. Yeah, it's like a baby. That's so crazy. And that's Alice, I guess, because it looks like it's like an aquatic spirit. That's really interesting. Lord of the Flies is literally an insect. How is that one of?
It's funny. That's why I'm so confused, because Lord of the Flies is like a book. It's an old novel already, and it's not a fairy tale. So it's funny to see which one it connects to. But yeah, I don't really have any other thoughts about Dandadan. It was peak as Dandadan tends to be. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope. That's
Alrighty.
it, man. Great chapter.
Hell yeah. Well, that was Dandadan, and that has been our show. Thank you guys very much for listening. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian, who's not here this week, but still gonna plug him anyway. He is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. You can check him out where he streams video games apparently sometimes. I don't know if he actually does that still, but you can pop into twitch.tv/itspunchline to see if he is doing that. Email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. And we'll talk about it in the pre-show chat show that we didn't do because it's just the two of us this week, and it felt wrong to do it without Brian. So yeah, check us out on that. I put the newest episode up yesterday, so there's still some nice pre-show chat show goodness for you guys to enjoy. Yeah, subscribe to the show on YouTube, on iTunes, on Spotify, on anywhere you listen to podcasts, because we're everywhere you listen to podcasts. And like, comment, share, all that stuff. Comment on the videos. Mike's been doing it. I've been seeing your comments, Mike. Yep, that's all. Let us know what you think. We love you all. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, y'all.